All right. It's all right.
Hey, Benjamin, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you? Well, as good as can be expected.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. It's Glenn and Ben here from the Good Movie Monday podcast, coming to you with take two of a Ivan Reitman tribute. We just, thought we recorded an entire conversation and someone forgot to hit record.
A very respectful conversation.
So, striking while the iron is hot, we just found out not too long ago that Ivan Reitman passed away. Wanted to get a bit of a tribute video up for you all, just while it's fresh on our minds. So, Ivan Reitman, mate, genius.
Ivan Reitman is a genius.
This is a man whose career defined our childhood, for want of better phrasing. Like he is the guy that most people connect with Ghostbusters, of course, but not only did he direct a shit ton of movies through the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, he produced a shit ton as well.
Like a much more influential. Like I didn't realize how many films he'd produced, how many great films were, made possible by Ivan Reitman.
Bloody oath. I mean, and before he was a director, he had produced David Cronenberg films like Rabid and Shivers, if they're the ones I think they're the ones he did.
I believe so.
And then directed Cannibal Girls, which no one gives him credit for as his first film. Everyone says Meatballs is the, Ivan Reitman's first movie, but it wasn't. Cannibal Girls was.
Cannibal Girls was. He produced an Ilsa movie.
Did he?
Yeah, under the pseudonym Julian Parnell. But Ilsa, Tigress of Siberia is produced by Ivan Reitman.
Awesome. So Meatballs is the go-to for me. Meatballs is the movie that I think of when I think of Ivan Reitman. Most people do Ghostbusters, but I've got Meatballs in a frame in my office. I look at it every day, and that's where it's at for me. And Jesus, like not only those movies, he went on to do Stripes, which everyone loves, surely. Kindergarten Cop, infinitely quotable. Twins, Junior, and one of your favorites, No Strings Attached.
No Strings Attached, yes, indeed. One of the greatest romantic comedies of all time, starring Kevin Kline, the star of Dave, which is also directed by Ivan Reitman.
Yep. Oh, my goodness.
Like, there is a scene in No Strings Attached where Natalie Portman chases two women out of Ashton Kutcher's bed by yelling at them that one of them looks like a pumpkin. It's an amazing film.
I mean, I am definitely going to pay tribute by watching something tonight. I didn't think it would be that one, but maybe it will.
It should be that one.
It was going to be Meatballs. But yeah, like
Meatballs
you said, Dave.
Meatballs is good, but
Meatballs is great.
Meatballs is good, but is it a No Strings Attached?
The thing about Meatballs too is that so many people like automatically reference that as like a sex comedy. People just it gets put in that same basket as Porky's, and yet it's a completely PG movie. It doesn't really have any nudity in it, and it's just a coming of age story.
How about Meatballs 2 and Meatballs 3?
Meatballs 3 is a sex comedy for sure. We've had that conversation.
Yeah, like the franchise took it in that direction.
Yeah, but the first movie was never intended to be that.
Yeah, no. It's just it's a summer camp movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. Draft Day, one of your favorites?
Yeah, no. Draft Day for me is the only chink in the Ivan Reitman armor, and it's not because it's bad, poorly made, or not doesn't feature engaging performances and all that sort of stuff. It's just a very difficult movie to watch if you couldn't give less of a shit about football or baseball or whatever American sport it's about. Which is, and that's something saying that as we speak, according to social media, the Super Bowl is on.
Yeah. To give you to timestamp this video, there you go.
Yeah.
So where was I going to go with that?
You're just giving me just general shit for not liking.
No, it's time. It's time for I think everyone to have a reevaluation and a reassessment of some of his lesser films. So everyone needs to go back and watch Evolution again. They must watch Evolution again because that is a far superior film to what the general consensus would lead us to believe.
I think we got a lot of copies of that at the video store I worked at, and a lot of copies were in all the time.
Sorry, it was a drink.
It did not do. It did not do well. I think it was like the first kind of faltering for Orlando Jones. He was really on an upswing until Evolution came out, and then it was like bit part and Say It Ain't So, and then he kind of disappeared.
I went to the Burke Street Hoyts and saw Evolution at the cinemas, and I just loved it from day one. I think it's infinitely quotable. It's got so many great moments in it, and it was essentially a third Ghostbusters. It's in that kind of that zeitgeist of Ghostbusters, if you will.
Isn't David Duchovny like a hand model? Is that does he have like his hand?
No. No, he's a scientist. He's a school science teacher that cottons on to this underground.
Oh, that's right. It's Zoolander where he's the hand model.
Yeah.
That's his. Yeah, right. Sorry, got it mixed up.
But of the stuff that Ivan Reitman's produced, he did Howard Stern's Private Parts. He even did some like thrillers. He did Disturbia, and I think he produced Hitchcock, the
Death Weekend. Death Weekend.
Yeah,
back in the day. He did Heavy Metal. Like it's his fault that we never really get to see that chick's tits. No.
Heavy Metal is I love Heavy Metal, but yeah, but that's why Heavy Metal has so many of the SCTV alumni in it, like Eugene Levy and all those. So,
but have you ever seen Feds? I've wanted to watch Feds for years. I've got it on tape, but I've never actually got around to it because I think was it Rebecca De Mornay.
I need to watch it because it's one of those films I come across the poster every now and then on an internet search, and I'm like, got to catch up with that one. And the other one that I mentioned to you in our previous recording was Hot Shots, the movie from the 80s with the two kids that are sort of, I guess
Big Shots.
Big Shots, I should say. Big Shots. I used to think he directed that when I was a kid because his name was on the poster,
and he also made possibly the greatest HBO movie of all time,
The Late Shift.
Late Shift.
Fucking oath, yes.
That, which is the for people who haven't seen it, it's the story of between David, who was going to take over the Tonight Show for Johnny Carson, Jay Leno or David Letterman, and it is a great. It's almost, funnily enough, and considering the time it was made, it is like watching an episode of Larry Sanders Show. That's how good the Larry Sanders Show is. That
had Kathy Bates in it, didn't it? She was fantastic. Yeah. And I think the guy that played Letterman is Michael Higgins or whatever his name is.
Yeah, John Michael Higgins. I didn't pick. I didn't recognize him until I was just looking at the IMDb then. I'm like, oh, that guy?
Yeah. That's a great one. I watched that last year sometime and really, really, really like that one. So anyway, let's not prattle on too much. Let's open up a conversation here for everybody. Ivan Reitman's passed away today. We want to know what movie you're all going to celebrate or pay tribute to him tonight. Everyone has to go and watch an Ivan Reitman film tonight.
It's the law.
It is the law. If you are a Good Movie Monday patron, you will do what we say.
No. It's everyone. It's the law for everyone.
Yes. So, I mean, even if it's Father's Day or 6 days, 7 nights, we won't judge you. My super ex-girlfriend, maybe.
I've heard Father's Day was quite dark and good. I've never seen it, but I heard it was all right.
Well, reevaluation. That's what I said. His entire catalog needs to be reevaluated and put on a pedestal for at least this week.
To be honest, yeah. I might have to watch Legal Eagles. I spent a lot of time trying to find that DVD in the US, but now I can't for the life of me remember if I watched it when I was over there or I didn't.
I think I've got that here somewhere. I will endeavour to hunt it down. Well, anyway, there we go. There's a little bit of a tribute. Ivan Reitman, like all jokes aside, what a legend. This guy defined much of my childhood. His brand of comedy is definitely unique, and I love it. Vale, go on, Vale. You're leaving me out to fucking hang here, man.
I'm letting you hang yourself because I don't know. I don't know if that's the way to say it. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and hope the internet provides whatever revenge is necessary.
All I know is that when someone dies, you don't go, Vale.
That's the aristocrats. That's the end of the aristocrats joke. The The aristocrats.
Oh my goodness. We didn't do a Bob Saget video, but anyway, there we go. Vale Bob Saget.
He never made a Ivan Reitman movie.
No, but you just brought up the aristocrats, so
Yeah, he did he did have a good aristocrats joke.
that's right. All right, man. I will catch you on the next official video, whenever that might be. I think one of our reaction videos.
Yes.
I'll cut it there. That was a really awkward way to end a video.
really. I think it went about 5 minutes too long there.
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever.